And now Cook takes a strike to start. Dalton Cook. Ground ball right back up the middle, past the pitcher, fielded by the shortstop. He'll throw to first for the out, and so Dalton retired.
Griffin Zamora, the shortstop. Griffin's got some great actions. I watched him play. He's just got above average actions. Chris on the hill, Justin Campos. Good-looking right-hander, typical Southern California kid who throws a lot of strikes, gets after it, got good velocity, wheel change speeds. Coach Anthony over San Diego Show, one of the guys that helps facilitate and run the program. It's a really storied program, one of the top programs absolutely in the country. 2 high picks this year, Chris. Brady Aiken, Alex Jackson, probably the 2 of the 3 best high school players in the country this year.
And right now, Chase Bragg at the plate for the boys from Florida. Florida versus California when you boil it down to state versus state. And a strike.
Doesn't get a lot better.
Right. And that's what we were talking about in our first ball game. We have the top 4 states.
Sure do.
For all intents and purposes, Georgia, Florida, Texas, and California.
And we lost a good Texas team from that last game. They were running on fumes, and they just ran out of gas. Simple as that.
Swing and a miss. Quickly, the inning comes to a close. Bottom half of the first coming up on TravelBallSelect.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report. 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is, rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Bottom half of the first, and the San Diego Show from Southern California come to the plate for the first time in this undefeated ball game, or this bracket inside of the undefeated bracket, or the winner's bracket if you prefer. Kicking fire from the big lefty, and it's smoked into center field and hit pretty well. Moving back to center fielder, making the call and the catch.
Angelo Peraza, he's kind of the table setter for this show group. Now, he's nickname is Jello, which I kind of like. He's Jello. This kid, Larry, is really the kind of the guy that makes their team go. Larry can really, really swing it here.
Larry Nelson, who's out in right field to start the ball game today for the show. This, of course, is the Travel Ball National Championship powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. It's the 2014 12U Travel Ball National Championship.
Larry is a guy who's a speed guy. He's a power guy. He really is the leader of this group. Spoke to Coach Anthony and said, hey, Larry, as we go, you go, or you go, we go. And he's really a guy. He's got a fast bat, 5-tool guy, big shoulders, good setup. Really like what he does.
0-0 on the mound for the boys from South Central Select of Florida, a team that's based out of Florida, but really a collection of southeastern players from all across the southeast. Dylan Carmouche on the mound.
Dylan
for
is
them.
a big lefty, 5'10", Chris.
A little bit, yeah. Dylan got plenty of innings to work with, by the way. This is his 3rd appearance. He went 2 1/3 in his first appearance and then just 2 in his second. So he's got plenty of innings to work with, as do really both of these teams, really. Once you get into the championship game of the winners bracket. Both of these teams undefeated, as I mentioned. The winner moves on to the overall national championship game. The loser falls down into an elimination ball game. Left, deep, headed for the scoreboard, and out of here. Larry Nelson with a solo home run in the first, and the San Diego Show lead 1-0.
As Larry goes, they go. That's what the coach says. Really put together for a 12-year-old young man.
Looks like a very good player.
Yep.
Dropped the
Fast
hands
twitch.
down on a pitch that was right in on his hands.
Heck of a pitch, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he got the ball in on him, and he just stayed inside it. You're right. He pulled his hands in and got through that ball. There's Mr. Schleisner now.
Matt, who will be at first for the show to start things today.
Matt's a good pitcher, too. I saw him throw the other day. Good fastball. Throws a lot of strikes. That's not unusual.
Back into the screen. And an 0-2 count. The show came into the tournament play, the bracketed play, at 4-0. One of only 2 teams to be undefeated, and the #1 seed coming into bracketed play. Outscored their opponents in pool play 46-5. 46-5, and again 4-0. Beat the Ohio Bombers Red 13-2. The Georgia Raiders 8-1. SC Select, this team here, 8-2, and also beat the Dallas Patriots 17-0.
Good pitch right there.
And they also came into the 2014 National Championship as the highest national ranked club.
And they play great teams in California. That 12-year-old division is loaded. SGV Hustle. There's lots of great teams in Southern California this year. Carmouche is an interesting kid. He's 5'10", but he's kind of a low 3/4 slinger type guy who's got a lot of run on his fastball. He's got to learn how to stay a little bit close on his front side. But being 5'10" and left-handed, that's a great start.
Ground ball down to third. Fielding. Right-hander stays with it and throws him out. Good quality defensive play there for Grayson Stewart.
Justin Cervantes here. Now, if there's one guy in the big leagues that he would remind you of, his body type, who would that be? How about Giancarlo Stanton?
I could see that.
Got the big shoulders, the small waist. And when he gets into a ball, he gets into a ball. He's a strong man. He's about 5'10". They're not listed here. My guess is 5'10", 5'11". And he's put together pretty good. He's not a skinny kid.
Cut and miss at a fastball. Again, Carmouche ahead of an at-bat at 0-2, second consecutive batter.
Definitely a fastball hitter. Had some challenges the other day with a breaking ball. Fist
Right side, will it stay fair? No, sir.
Just missed.
Foul by about, I'd say 3 inches or so.
And Justin runs pretty well. He plays a good outfield as well. He's just a good-looking prospect down the line. And even though, some kids get to be 5'10", 5'11" early and they stop growing, this kid's going to keep growing. You can just see it.
Well, he had a home run in pool play on Wednesday against the Ohio Bombers. Strike 3 called.
Yeah, too good a pitch.
And that'll be the end of the inning. But a solo home run off the bat of the right-hander Larry Nelson puts the San Diego Show out in front through 1-0 on TravelBallSelect.com.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Back to the historic East Cobb Baseball Complex here in Marietta, Georgia. In the metro Atlanta area, we're in Cobb County, as you may have imagined, East Cobb. And in the top half of the second inning, the Florida boys to lead things off. And a ground ball by McDowell down to short, throw to first, and he's retired easily.
Chris, I think it's pretty evident after the first 2 innings, you don't want to hit the ball to number 10, Griffin Zamora.
Right.
He is pretty slick. He's got some great actions. Coach Anthony, I talked to a little bit before yesterday, and Coach Anthony's a big part of the whole show program. That kid can pick it, and he was absolutely right. You got a big left-hander coming up right now.
Ty Singleton.
Big Ty Singleton.
You're a big fan of this guy.
I'm a big fan of this guy. I like big guys, and I like left-handed hitting guys. So absolutely, this is my dude right here. I'm a little jealous of his hair too.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us.
Yeah, and I run a little bit like Ty, I think.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Nobody will accuse him of being the fleetest of foot.
No, but if you hit the ball far enough, you can
right.
jog.
You can run as slow as you want. And he's got the first hit of the ball game for the Florida boys in this winners bracket ball game. In pool play, South Central Select of Florida 2-1-1, outscored their opponents 26-7, beat the Georgia Raiders 12-0. The Dallas Patriots 9-2, then tied the Ohio Bombers at 3-3, and lost to this very same San Diego Show Club in their last pool play ball game 8-2. Again, as we mentioned, coming into play today, 4 games, 4 teams left, all 4, the top 4 in the 12U classification. We came into bracket at play with San Diego Show 1, Dallas Mustangs 2, South Central Select 3, and Sig Park Team Combat 4 into the bracket play. And of course, earlier today, we saw
Team Georgia.
Yeah, we saw Georgia take out Team Texas.
A very good Dallas Mustang Team Texas team.
Yeah. Down the left field
Inside
line. That ball's going to stay fair, Rob.
Carmouche, yep.
Good job by the left fielder to get over and cut that thing off. And, of course, Ty would have had to have really taken a long thought at heading to third base. He'll stay there, and consecutive singles.
It was a good thought that he didn't go.
Right.
He's in scoring position. Got three more opportunities. This is Zane Falk coming up now. Here's an interesting one. Zane's favorite player, Colby Rasmus. I like Colby Rasmus. Good ball player. Sure, why not?
Wonder why.
Got a courtesy runner. First base for the pitcher.
Missed the number.
It was the last batted out, looks like to me.
It was Darren McDowell.
It was Darren.
You're right about that.
Darren or Darian, I believe.
Darian.
McDowell, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Darian's a strong-looking kid, 5'5", put together. Got some legs on him.
Pitch to Falk, a strike.
Good breaking ball. Probably the top of the strike zone there, but a sharp breaking ball late. That tells me that he's got a strong arm. When you can throw a sharp breaking ball like that, you've got a nice, strong arm. It's usually also a telltale for a good fastball if he can throw a breaking ball like that.
Campos is 0-2, chopped down to first.
You got to
They'll
tag on
throw
that.
to first. Oh, they throw to second to try and get the force. It goes into left field, and the bases are loaded with one man out.
Now, I thought possibly that he tagged first base.
He was watching his feet the entire way. You know, instead he tried to go for the double play, I think, and get the force at second first.
Yeah, should have got an out.
Absolutely.
Let's see.
Well, Falk will reach on a fielder's choice, but a fielder's choice error is committed.
Right.
Obviously. And now Cole McWhorter. And, brother, you want to be careful if you're Campos here. McWhorter, a very powerful bottom half of the lineup hitter.
Strong kid. 5'9", probably 170 pounds, it looks like. They've got some big boys. The show is more of a baseball-looking guy. These guys look like football players.
He's one of the bigger eighth-place hitters I think we'll see here.
The biggest.
Maybe the biggest, yeah. Swing and a miss. Count even at one now as Campos gets back in the at-bat.
Isn't that the great thing about baseball, though? It's nice to be big, but you could be small and you could be really good.
Oh, yeah.
Two guys I know very well. They're 5'8" in cleats on cement, and they were the most valuable players in the big leagues. Jimmy Rollins and Dustin Pedroia.
I knew you were about to say Pedroia, yeah.
And Jimmy was about that height as well, and so that's the great baseball thing. I mean, the quality you have to have is you've got to be good.
Will Jimmy finish his career in Philadelphia?
You know,
will he make the month? You think so?
Yeah, I do. Jimmy likes it there. I talked to his dad a lot about it, and he does like it there. He'd like to retire there.
Center field.
That was smoked.
One run is in, and that ball's going to go all the way to the wall, and that's big because 2 runs will score easily, but will the third runner be waived? No, sir. They'll hold him at third, but no matter. A 2 RBI single off the bat of Cole McWhorter, and Team Florida leads 2-0, or 2-1, pardon me, 2-1.
Very interesting there. Just a little thing, but the second baseman goes out for the cut, and the shortstop was right in his back pocket just in case the ball got by him. That's a great job of syncing up and being that second guy for a cut. He got right in his back pocket just like he's supposed to. It was just good quality baseball on the trailer.
And now Grayson Stewart. And the 9th place man takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So now with that hit, this at-bat takes on.
Would it surprise you if he might put a bunt down the first baseline right
not
here?
Not with one out, no.
1 out, number 9 guy up. It would not surprise me at all.
You know, I'd almost rather do it down the left field line, though.
Either one.
I know what your thought process is. My only thing is with the right-hander falling towards first.
He's still got to get it down.
Either way, you're trying to get the runner home. That's your point. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this may do it, too. They're going to come to the plate. This could be close. And he's nailed at the plate, or is he? On the second opportunity, they'll say the initial tag attempt was not on the runner. And so a great job of diving underneath that first tag. Zane Falk came to the plate and scored. It's an unearned run, by the way, because he reached on the error, but they don't care about that. What they care about most is that Florida leads 3-1.
I'll tell you what, it was a great feed by the third baseman, too. He was out in plenty of the time, but he avoided the tag. Did a great job with that. Jason Roberts now.
That's a big
sure
at-bat right there.
It certainly is.
To get 3 runs.
So is Jason number 10? Do you have him?
Yes, sir.
10? Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. So, again, it wouldn't surprise me if they bunted here. Be a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, as far as our thought process on the last at-bat, you got better speed down at third right now, too.
You sure do.
Yep. Well, here's a prevailing theme for you, Mr. Bruno, through
yes, sir.
7 innings of play that we've seen throughout the first ball game and this one. How about the top flight pitchers that have been in trouble
that are getting hit
throughout these 2 games?
They're getting hit.
Yeah.
Well, you've got top flight hitters, and that's why they're here.
That's right. That's right.
You know, usually they say good pitching beats good hitting. Not when good pitching is a little tired. Here's your bunt. And he took it.
Yep. Back to first, and the runner is in safely. So the safety then. We were talking earlier during game 1 about Tony La Russa and Bobby Cox, speaking of the squeeze.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Speaking of 2 guys who know a little something about a squeeze. Oh, this time
I'll tell you,
he bunts it foul.
I'll never forget the A's had a Ramon Hernandez was a catcher.
Yeah, I remember.
He put down a squeeze with 2 outs in the playoff game to win. Right down third baseline. Ramon Hernandez, I think you and I could beat him in a race. But the pitcher the third baseman was 40 feet behind the bag.
Yeah.
Put it down, they won the game. Unbelievable. He just took
fastball
strike 3.
inside corner for strike 3.
That hurts. You've got to be able to put the ball into play.
So Roberts with the backwards K in his first plate appearance of this winner's bracket ball game, and that'll get us back to the top of the order.
Tate Parker.
And Tate Parker.
I really like this kid. I like his setup. This kid is a banger. You can just see it.
Campos' first delivery to him, a breaking ball and a beauty.
Yeah, that was a great pitch, and I think that's a good call. And they're going to pitch these top guys backwards a little bit because he's sitting fastball.
And we had a great angle at it too, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And that's some bat speed. He just missed. This kid is a strong kid as a leadoff guy.
What was that? That wasn't a fastball, was it?
That was like a cutter.
Yeah, it did look
it
like
really
a cutter.
is like a cutter. You know, he got around it a little bit. Might have been a fastball. He just cut. Here comes the run. That's strike 3.
Yep. Breaking ball inside corner, the curve if you prefer, but one way or another, a strikeout to win the inning.
If you're going to go throw 2 breaking balls in a row, you might as well go 3 because they're not thinking about the third one.
That's
and
exactly right.
He froze him, and that was a good pitch.
3 runs in the inning, a 2-run double, the highlight by Cole McWhorter. It's now 3-1. Florida leads California on TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
Well, brand new ball game. Much different ball game than the last time the San Diego Show came to the plate. This time in the bottom half of the second inning, They trail 3-1. The number 1 team after pool play versus the number 3 team after pool play. Both teams undefeated in bracketed play over the last few days. Swing and a miss by Grant Anderson. Anderson, the extra hitter. Extra hitter in this
big
ball
boy.
game. 2,
yeah, he's
4,
a big, strong
6,
boy.
8, 10 batters, right. Wanted to make sure I got that right for the SoCal crew. I got his specs on there? Height, weight, and all that?
Well,
no, not San Diego didn't give it to us. Okay.
But he's 5'6", 145. Eyeballing it.
That's what you think, yeah?
That's what I'm going with. He does some pitching.
High pop.
Pop to the second baseman.
Called and caught for out number 1. Easy play for Dalton Cook out there in the triangle.
What's going on with your ankle? What's going on with you? You're not healthy.
That'll get us to Justin Campos. Justin on the mound right now. Trying to get settled in. Trying to keep his team in the ball game as well. We've seen a lot of highly rated, highly thought of pitchers coming into today's play that have been hit around a little bit, and Campos one of those guys. Speaking of which, Carmouche kicks and fires a fastball that tails outside. And you can see a little bit of frustration on the young man's face. Hard throwing lefty fires a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. The old automatic across, and he's back in the at-bat at 3-1. One man gone. Bottom half of the second inning. The show from San Diego, California. The home team in this ball game with 1 run on 1 hit. Just a solo home run for Larry Nelson. Seen a lot of home runs today, by the way. 6 to be precise. Memory serves. Yeah, I believe 6. South Central Select of Florida with 3 runs and 3 hits. The visiting team out in front. Carmouche kicks and fires, and a swing and a miss by Campos. And now Chad Abel. Chad, the show's second baseman.
Who was more than able earlier this tournament. He's had a nice little tournament. Pun intended. Good pitch.
Beautiful. Off speed and kind of dropped in there. Dropped in high in the strike zone as well. Dillon looks in, gets a sign that he likes, and the lefty brings home the 0-1. And it's shot into the empty space in left field for a base hit.
Right through that 5-6 hole, Chris.
Second hit now for the show of San Diego. And Kevin Shim to the plate.
Kevin's a big, strong kid. He's got some legs on him. Looks like he'd be a running back or something. Nice move. We were talking earlier, Chris, that the young man on the hill has got one of the better moves you'll ever see, Mr. Carmouche. He actually showed a Division I left-handed pitcher his move and taught him his move. Now there's a 12-year-old teaching a 20-year-old.
Wild.
Quite a move there. Look at that. And he balked.
Oh, boy. Well, now, no balk warnings, by the way, as you'll see in some youth leagues. The umpires will walk up to a kid and say, "Hey, last inning, you know, when you were on the mound, you almost almost committed a balk," and that's part of the travel ball idea. They want to treat these kids as professionally as possible, get them trained for the higher levels.
And in reality, that is a balk. You can usually get away with it on a two-man crew because that guy's usually out of position.
Yep.
But he went past that 45. That was his A move. That was his A balk move. It was a great move. Sometimes it's not going to be called. That was. And it was the right call.
Good lead at second by Abel, and now because of that good lead, he's going to make his way down to third.
Abel got a nice break on that.
Yes, he
runs
did.
pretty well. You know, again, this show team's not going to go away just because they're down 3-1. This is a group that plays unbelievable teams just like this team, year in, year out, day in, day out, throughout the whole year.
Ooh. Fastball just above the bill of Shim, and he had to kind of move out of the way of it. Zamora on deck if we get that far. Carmouche has
boy.
one smoked down the left field line, but foul.
Really crushed that. Really hit that ball hard. This kid's a very good pitcher, by the way, too.
Two one. Popped up. Third baseman makes the call and the catch.
That was
and
a big
the inning
out.
is over.
That was a big out.
Sure was. With a runner at third and a chance to draw within a run, they can't quite do it. To the third we go. 3-1. Florida leads California on TravelBallSelect.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report. 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Travel Ball Select, the nation's baseball announced 2015 Travel Ball National Championship qualifying events will return to Miami, Louisville, and Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte, and Detroit, and Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas, along with an additional 3 new locations. And all those locations, those 3 additional, being worked out as we speak. All dates will be announced August 22nd on TravelBall.com. For more information, you can email info@TravelBallSelect.com and register for advanced notice. Ground ball down to short, 1 man gone. Top half of the 3rd inning. Dalton Cook retired, the leadoff man here in the 3rd. Second time, by the way, that he's tested the shortstop, and that's not the guy you want to test.
No, Griffin Zamora can really pick it. He's a special one. Great actions, very consistent, works through the ball extremely well, quick release. He's what a shortstop looks like. He's the kind of guy that will, down the line, stay there. He's got some good size, good actions, good arm, good speed. Can't say enough.
Chase Bragg now back into the screen, count even at 1. By the way, I was mentioning the 2015 schedule for Travel Ball National Championships and the qualifying events. Remember, if you're interested in participating in the 2015 championships, there's more than one way to get there. If your team is ranked by Travel Ball Select, you could receive one of 12 automatic invitations. You can also earn a berth by winning one of the 12 qualifying events. So you can stay right here on TravelBallSelect.com or email info@TravelBallSelect.com for more information. No matter what information you're looking for, it can all be found right here on the site. A fly out to left by Bragg, and very quick, and I'd say much needed top half of the 3rd.
Right, ball right to Cervantes. It's a good-looking outfield. You got Larry out there in right field, Cervantes in left. They got a good center fielder out there. It's a good outfield. They play very good defense. They play a lot of baseball in San Diego, let's face it.
Now Darian McDowell, 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop to start the 2nd inning, and he's behind in the count here, 0-1.
Darian's a put-together young man. He's got some legs on him. He's a strong kid.
Swing and a miss, and now he's in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah.
Show want to retire Florida as quickly as possible and get back up to the plate where they had some pretty good swings in the bottom half of the last inning. Swing and a miss.
And there it is.
So it is a very quick top half of the third inning. 3-1, the Show coming to the plate in the bottom half of the third, down by 2 on TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Once again, folks, want to remind you that Travel Ball Select, the nation's baseball, proud to announce the 2015 Travel Ball National Championship will return to the prestigious East Cobb Baseball Complex in Atlanta, Georgia for ages 9, 11, 10, 12, and 13, and 14U. All that in 2015. The 8U and 13U Travel Ball National Championship will return to Baseball USA in Texas. Dates and all qualifying events will be posted on travelball.com on August 22nd. Email info@travelballselect.com for advance notice. A high pop, Carmouche has called it, and he'll make the catch. And then close his eyes for a couple minutes and let the sunspots go away. And I mean, that's literally what he's doing right now.
He got Larry Nelson, the dangerous hitter there, and he did a smart thing there. He started him off with an off-speed pitch, and Larry sets a dead red fastball, got him to pop up. That was a good job.
Griff Zamora.
Yep.
And that'll get us to Stephen Fry now, or Frey if you prefer, the center fielder. And 25 takes one to the dirt.
I apologize. Was that Griff that just hit?
It was, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Griff's a good hitter, too.
It's all right. Yeah, indeed he is, yes. I was mentioning the national championships and have over the last couple innings. I want to make sure I clarify something. There are 2 classifications for 13U. The 60-90, and that means 60 feet and 90 feet, talking about the mound and the base pads, obviously. Some of you out there say, well, yeah, no kidding. But remember, we'll have some family members viewing that don't know the rules, aren't familiar. And then also in the 13U, 54-80. So,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Separate locations next year.
Right.
13U for 60-90 will be here in Atlanta, while the 13U 54-80 will be out in Texas. Yeah.
Tejas.
I'll make sure we get that right, spell it out. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, right at the knees.
Yes. Front knee. The
Yeah.
low kneecap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Old Automatic was right on the line, and the 3-1
right
in there, and that one more true than the first. First at bat for the center fielder for San Diego Show. Last man in the lineup. Then we'll turn it over. Pop up. Caught by the second baseman, yeah. Yeah, Cook kind of had to come over there and take charge of that one, though, didn't he?
Well, he
Singleton
did. Yeah.
kind of backpedaled on it.
Cook did a nice job. And anything behind the first baseman, the second baseman has got a better angle at it. And honestly, he's probably a lot more athletic kid, the middle guys as opposed to the corner guys. And when you've got an angle instead of backpedaling straight, that's his call. And he did a nice job, and he should take anything he can get. So I'm all for that. And they're back of the order here. Jello. They call him affectionately Jello. Angelo's their table setter here.
And he's ahead in the count 1-0. Peraza with a fly out in his first at bat. Now 2-0. I wouldn't say that Dylan has been overpowering in this ball game. He's really been all around the strike zone, not pounding the strike. Well, I don't know, maybe, but he's been all around the strike zone. My point being, however, you know, 1, 2, just 2 hits given up in the ball game. Obviously,
I would honestly say, Chris, he's been effectively wild.
Sure. Yes. Thank you. I think that's what I was subconsciously looking for. Yes, absolutely. 2-1.
And you know, he's left-handed and they're goofy. He's falling off. He's got balls that are running and changing speed. Sometimes he's not even doing it on purpose, just a different grip.
Yep.
He's 12 and he's 5'10", and you never know what's going to come out of his hand. That being said, he's 5'10" and he's left-handed and he's 12 years old. That's a great start, and he's going to be very, very good.
2-2 is high. Count now, run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Bottom half of the third. The show at the plate from San Diego. The SoCal boys trailing by 2.
You know, not a ton of command yet, but stuff. And that kind of overtakes things sometimes. That's a good pitch.
And it's called strike 3, and the inning comes to a close. The show get a 1-2-3 inning in the top half and try to, well, get back in it. That was their motivation for a 1-2-3. And then they go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half. To the fourth we go now, halfway through. 3-1, Florida leads.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is, rate them 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Ty Singleton to lead things off in the top half of the fourth inning for South Central Select out of Florida, their base. Team based out of Florida.
You know, Chris, when I think of South Central, I'm thinking of
You're a
LA,
California guy,
right?
yeah,
I'm thinking of Cali.
Right.
And these guys aren't quite from the South Central I know.
Well, in all honesty, when I started to research for this week and had not seen the state, I actually thought that as well.
Bringing in some kids out of Compton.
Well, and I originally thought for a second, I was like, oh, okay, well, we've got 2 California teams, 2 Southern California teams.
Correct.
Because I knew San Diego was here. But,
that's right.
This is a team, interestingly enough, I was talking to one of their coaches before the ball game, their head coach, actually, pardon me, their head coach, yeah, Rod McWhorter.
Yep.
Or was it Jason Roberts I was talking to? Rod McWhorter, Jason Roberts, and Russ Cook, the head coaches for South Central. Yeah. And he was telling me the team is made up of young men from across the Southeast.
Right.
It's not just Florida.
No.
Like Mississippi, Louisiana, all those states. Into left and a great play. Great running grab made by the lefty. Boy. Nice important out to start the inning.
Singleton stuck that one. He just stung that to left, and you know the guy made a nice play. He inside out it just like he did last time. Cervantes, who reminds me a lot of a big leaguer, made a nice catch there. Ball up.
And now Dylan Carmouche.
Who also didn't he get a hit the first time up?
Dylan did. You're right about that. He's 1 for 1 with a single. helped to build a rally in the second where 3 runs were plated.
Yeah, Cervantes reminds me a little bit of Giancarlo Stanton, a young Giancarlo Stanton, which is high praise. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to be like Giancarlo Stanton.
Shoot, you could be half of Stanton and be awfully productive. Campos will bring home the 2-1.
Good pitch. Good pitch.
Just missed.
Oh.
Fastball, 3-1. As good as Carmouche has been on the mound, you got to imagine if you're San Diego, you really do not want to allow any more than maybe one more run. If you give up one more run, you can still rally and win this thing, and obviously they can rally and win the thing if they're down by 6 or 7, I suppose.
Well,
but
of
course, we got 3 innings
today.
to play.
We've seen that happen today, and we don't know what's behind Carmouche. My guess is they've got a few guys. They've got some big, strong kids, and so we'll have to look at the pitching charts and find out how many innings they've got left. They're in a little bit better position, both these teams, with pitching, because they haven't had as many games. Very
well, you know their guys better than I do. Here's their pitching lines, the numbers of what they've thrown so far.
Yeah, and
this
they've got a ton of pitchers left.
That 1 1/3 belongs to somebody else. That was a misprint. They had the number wrong. This belongs to this guy.
McDowell's one of their guys, and he's only gone 5 2/3. And you look at this thing, they've all maximum's been 5. And it tells me they're deep and they're ready to go. They're in great shape with pitching.
Here's Falk at the plate now. Zane scored that wild run back in that aforementioned 3-run second inning where he came to the plate, and the ball beat him to the plate, Rob. Ball beat him to the plate.
Right.
It was a good play by the fielder to get the ball to the plate, and the third baseman, that is. And Zane eluded the first tag, dove under the second, and tapped the plate before he was eventually tagged.
He looked
by
like
the catcher.
Keanu Reeves in that movie. What was the movie?
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Yeah.
Did a little Matrix move on him there.
Zane reached on a fielder's choice before he came around to score that run. In fact, the 3 guys that you saw have seen in this inning were very productive in their first plate appearances. Singleton, who flew out to start this inning, singled. Carmouche, who's standing at first with a walk, he singled back in the second as well. And then an error with Falk at the plate.
That's it.
Flying to
right center.
And deep. Headed towards the gap. And a running attempt. It falls in for a base hit. Headed around second and into third is Carmouche. It'll be a double.
Nelson almost caught that. He came from right field a long distance and almost caught that ball. Heck of an opportunity there. That would have been a web gem. Another big, strong kid hitting.
Rob, you know as well as I do, when you win a national championship, someone in the bottom of your order is going to come up big.
That's right.
Zane Falk, as the, 2, 4, 6, 7th place man, now has hit the ball well twice.
And here's the biggest number 8 hitter in the tournament.
Right.
Affectionately known as the biggest number 8 hitter.
Cole McWhorter.
Yeah, Cole's had a nice day. Cole's one of their top pitchers.
Takes a strike. Runners at second and third now with 1 man out in the top half of the 4th inning. Florida already in front, 3-1. They've got Cole McWhorter at the plate, who in his last plate appearance hit a 2 RBI double to push the lead to 3-1.
Good shot, that right center gap. And that's where he's going to hit. You see how he's lined up. He's kind of
closed on the front.
Closed himself off a little bit. He's really got to hit the ball to the right side.
Strike.
He's going to have a tough time getting that through with that front hip locked like that.
0-2, exactly what Campos wanted with 1 man out, isn't it?
Right.
Carmouche, I don't know what his speed is usually like, but I must tell you he was laboring around the base pads on that double by
Oh, he's not fast.
the man behind him. Throw to first, and they got him.
But again, Carmouche does not have to be fast. He's a pitcher, and he hits the ball a long way.
So 2 men out now. And Stewart to the plate. Grayson Stewart, who also hit into a fielder's choice in his lone plate appearance. Florida third baseman with Now as we continue along, the biggest moment of the season.
That was the ball hit to the first baseman, who we thought tagged first, but he didn't. Correct? Do it a second.
You know, no, because I think that was the Falk play.
You're right.
That was the Falk play. That was the ball that Zane hit, yeah.
Now they just courtesy ran. With 2 outs, they have to courtesy run, I believe. Good pitch.
Fastball outside corner. You're not kidding. Mercy. That one had some real buzz on it. McWhorter, who just made the last out.
On it, yeah.
Yeah, Cole came in to pinch run, courtesy run at third. Ground ball, shortstop. It's been solid all day, and he's solid right here, and the inning comes to a close. 2-men reach, but Florida cannot push him across. We'll stay at 3-1 to the bottom of the 4th on TravelBallSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com.
4 games on field 4 here in the 12U classification of the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. Thanks for joining us. We're about halfway through this winner's bracket ball game. Alongside Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham here with the play-by-play story. This game 2 of 4 will be right back here on the site at, well, scheduled for 2 p.m., but I'll assure you it'll probably be just a tad bit after that. Well, no matter. It's scheduled for 2 p.m. I'm not going to speculate on what time. Losing my mind out here in this heat.
Chris, the great thing about baseball, it's over when it's over.
That's right.
Unless we have a time limit, and we don't.
Not in bracketed play.
No.
Right. But at 2 p.m.-ish.
East Coast time.
Team from the great state of Georgia, the Empire State of the South, Signature Park Team Combat will take on the loser of this ball game. The winner of this ball game advances to the national championship game. That's a 4 p.m. start, and so obviously they will face either the winner of that loser's bracket ball game. So we'll finish this one up, then we'll come back at 2 p.m.-ish, and then 4 p.m.-ish. And we'll start with Larry Nelson. Larry, as the second man in the lineup, homered in the first frame.
He's the engine. Really is.
Well, they need him to start to combust here. Checks his swing and takes ball 1.
Umpire got one. They're going to take a little bit of a break. Sometimes there are some spots that there's just nothing you can do to help out with any equipment.
It'll be Nelson followed by Matt Slazener and then Justin Cervantes in the home half of the 4th. Fastball away. Well, Rob said it right a couple innings ago. Carmouche has been effectively wild. He's been around the strike zone, though at times struggled to find the corners that he's been searching for. One thing that has not lost him has been lost for him is his velocity. When he's put it over the plate, his velocity's been very good with his fastball.
And he's not been wild over the middle, where he is hitting corners. He's just not trying to, but there's a corner right there.
and 2.
And that's very effective. I mean, there's not a lot you can do. That ball is riding away from Larry there. And Larry's going to have to get on top of the plate and try and hit that ball to right center. Take that ball in the outside corner, make it the middle.
Left-hander.
Let's see the adjustment.
Kicks and fires. And it's lined in the left. May fall and does for a base hit. Eats up the left fielder, as a matter of fact, and heads to the wall. Nelson has himself a clean double.
That ball is smoked.
Came back into him, and I was just about to say after the pitch I was going to wait for it. You were talking about location being so important. I couldn't remember the pitch that Carmouche threw him on the home run in the first inning, but the one thing I could remember is that it was inside.
Yeah, he's a strong young man, and you really want to work him away.
So twice Carmouche has come in on him, and spots where, Nelson made him pay the price for 6 total bases.
Another real good hitter here.
Schlesner's ground out to third, his only plate appearance.
Good pitcher too. He's one of their better guys.
Wonder if Matt's getting tired.
He's a big, strong boy, but it is hot.
He really sawed off his delivery there.
Yeah.
Watch it. You're such a great coach, and you notice these little things. Let's watch and see if he does it again. He really
well, the other difference is he's in the stretch now. He's in the stretch.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. And he's short-arming.
Yeah. It looked like he was following through, did he?
You know, and if I'm him right now, I'll tell you, I'm going from the windup. Man on third now.
Yeah.
I'm going from the windup. He's much more comfortable in it. His arm catches up better. And that's when you see when he starts short-arming there. He's got to try and catch up because he's so quick with his delivery. There's no reason why a left-hander with a man on second should be quick to home.
And he's probably going to be going with his fastball here for the out pitch. He's going to get more velocity on it out of the windup.
Absolutely. And
facing a power
here.
hitter.
There you go. Little lift.
Oh, smoke to left and deep. And it is off the top of the wall. Left fielder falls to his backside. Schlesner's going into second, and it's an RBI double.
Schlesner smoked that ball. Really hit that ball hard. Bringing in the big man, Cervantes. Left fielder. I thought that was leaving the park. You know, a lot of top spin on it, though.
Well, you can see the treetops up there and that the wind is swirling around up there and maybe slightly blowing in.
Could have done that, just maybe a little too much top spin. And,
yeah.
But no doubt that ball was smoked. I think the next game, I think it could be whoever gets to 20 runs first. Because you know the Team Georgia Signature Park Team Combat team, they're going to come out swinging. Both these teams are coming out swinging. First team to 20 wins.
Dillon kicks and fires a fastball that sweeps outside to Cervantes.
There's a power versus power guys right here. Big hitter, big pitcher. Look at the shoulders on Cervantes.
Double by Nelson. Double by Schlesner to score Nelson. Now Cervantes, who's 0 for 1, by the way, struck out back in the first. He hits a little cue shot out to second. Fielding, throwing, Cooks got him. But you're right.
Now just run over. Yeah.
Now just a fly ball away from a tie ball game.
That's right. Big fella Anderson now hitting. Is that EH, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. He's hitting 5 in the order. And this show goes pretty deep, just like all these teams. I mean, this South Central team, the Team Combat Signature Park Team Georgia, whatever we want to call them, what we can call them is really good.
Thought about it and took it.
Yeah, outside corner. I almost thought that was a ball, and the umpire kind of guessed a little bit early maybe. Looked away. But listen, if they miss 4 or 5 the whole game, they're doing a great job, and we've seen some great umpiring.
Lefty setting deals. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a ball you got to hit. That's over the middle. That was a mistake.
Narrowly missed it.
Yeah. Here's a situation where with 2 strikes, you've got the infield back. You've got to really be able to concentrate and just stay on top of the ball, hit a ground ball middle, and that guy from third's going to score for you.
Popped it up.
You know, this is where you don't need a fly ball. You hit a ground ball to the second base, ground ball to shortstop. You've done your job. And this is the only time I would ask my guys, to hit the top part of the ball. Everybody says hit the top part. No, I don't want a ground ball. I want a rocket shot. Hit the middle bottom part of the ball. Here, it's the only time. 2 strikes, 1 out, guy on third, infield back.
He's choked up a little bit. Look at this.
That's
got
fine
a great
with
angle
me.
at it. Ball gets away.
Yeah, he was, unfortunately the runner was breaking hard early, and then he was going back because he thought, oh, I don't want to get picked.
Yeah.
Because the ball wasn't in the dirt. So subconsciously he was working back. Now, if he does a good job, he's out on his right foot at contact and where a guy's going to hit the ball, he could have kept going. But he was moving back. That's part of learning.
Let's see if you can see on your screen the fact that Anderson's choked up a bit. Good inch on the handle, and he takes a fastball high, 2-2, in an effort to make contact.
Right. And I'm not sure if Carmouche is trying to, but, this guy should be trying to hit a ground ball, and he's working him up, which is fine. That's probably good. Pop him up instead of hit a ground ball.
Well, in his last plate appearance, Anderson popped up to Cook at second.
There's your ground ball, but this is the one place you don't want to hit a ground ball is the third.
Right.
So you really have to let the ball get in just a little bit more. You don't want to get too defensive, but let it get in just a little bit more. Hit the top part and get a ground ball here. Let's see if they can play the game. And this is a well-coached group, so wouldn't surprise me.
This is an absolutely huge moment.
Sure is.
In their season.
That ball's away.
Off the outside corner, count has now run full. We're at 3-2 your score. Florida leads California. In the bottom half of the 4th inning. Remember, if you're just tuning in, we only play 6. So if you're equating it to Major League Baseball, this would be the bottom of the 7th. In a winner's bracket ball game, both of these teams undefeated inside the bracket. Loser falls into the loser's bracket elimination ball game. Winner advances to the national championship game. Carmouche's pitch is swung on and missed. A strikeout of Anderson. 2 men gone.
As Yogi Berra would say, it's getting late early.
Yeah.
You've got to make something happen here. With 2 outs, now they need a hit. They might need a pass ball. With 1 out, you've got to be able to force yourself to just hit a little ground ball. It's not easier said than done. Trust me, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Campos at the plate. And Justin struck out versus Dylan Carmouche in his first plate appearance. That coming back in the 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Put a good swing on that, though. He was on that.
Justin, just need a single here, kid. Here we go.
Lefty kicks and fires. 0-2.
Working that outside half, isn't he?
Indeed. Has he been working more outside since the hit to Nelson?
No question. And his ball moves that way naturally.
Yes, absolutely it does. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Campos was right on top of that one. Just underneath it and sent it straight back into the screen. And I mean straight back.
Yeah, he was on it.
Had it timed well. They've given him a lot of room up the middle if he squares one up. The 0-2. Got another piece.
Keeps battling.
They don't necessarily feel like he'll be able to pull Carmouche. A lot of room in left center. Matter of fact, a lot of room in left, period. Down the line as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right-hander waits at the plate, now calls timeout. Again, the winner advances to the national championship game here in the 2014 Travel Ball Select National Championship, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. This is the most competitive youth baseball in America. Such a thin, thin line between these 4 teams. Or 3 teams now, I suppose, that are remaining, but we started play with the top 4 seeds in the overall championship. Carmouche to Campos. And an 0-2. Breaking ball for called strike 3, and the inning is over. But 1 run is tallied on the board, and that'll bring the show back to within 3-2 to the top half of the 5th we go on TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
Fifth inning, and a foul ball to start things. South Central Select of Florida taking on the San Diego Show, as you would imagine out of Southern California. So it's California versus Florida. This winner's bracket ball game, a ground ball down to second base, fielding, throwing, one man gone. And so Jason Roberts retired first to start the fifth. Again, another scheduling reminder for those of you watching us out there and staying with us all day, maybe some family members out there. This thing's getting pretty tense. I may forget to remind you come the final frame. First the pitch to Tate Parker, who takes strike one. Tate already with 2 strikeouts in this ball game, and that has been an absolute key for Campos in keeping the ball game close. 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for Florida. Ground ball, deep second, base hit up the middle. So Parker reaches for the first time today. That's his first plate appearance, by the way, since the second inning, which he ended. So Campos has been very effective since he gave up 3 runs, 2 earned in that second frame. That's been the storyline for us in this ball game. As I mentioned, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Florida. The home side, California, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Campos and Carmouche have been very good on the mound. This is a winner's bracket ball game. Both teams undefeated inside the bracket. Winner advances on to the national championship game. Loser falls into the elimination bracket. We'll meet a team from the state of Georgia. And then whoever wins that moves on to the championship game. And, of course, the loser would be eliminated. So that's what we're looking at, just 3 teams remaining. And again, the scheduling update coming up just after 2 o'clock Eastern time here in Metro Atlanta. We'll have that elimination ball game where someone goes home and someone moves on to the championship game. And then at 4 p.m. we'll have the overall national championship game. Dalton Cook now with a runner aboard and 1 man out in the inning. He of 2 ground outs to the shortstop, and with the runner breaking, a fly ball into right. Coming on, the right fielder has to make a diving grab at it, and does. What a tremendous play out in right.
Larry Nelson.
And that is Larry Nelson on the play. Boy, has he been good.
Larry Nelson's just a great athlete out there. Turkey and cheese.
Ah, thank you. Okay, so there's been a change.
Cervantes in right.
Cervantes in right. Well, let's make sure to change that then on the scorecard.
They moved that around on us.
Thank you.
So Cervantes in right made a nice play, and we've got Mr. Davis in left, in center. And you got to love that name, Max Power.
Max Power is now in left.
Great throw by the catcher.
Wow.
Great throw on that stolen base there.
How about a very, very quick top half of the fifth?
Angelo Peraza just threw a dime on second base. Just beautiful.
And it stays at 3-2. To the bottom half of the fifth we go on TravelBallSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to TravelBallSecrets.com.
Back now for the bottom half of the fifth inning. Dylan Carmouche still on the mound, the big lefty for South Central Select of Florida. And you can really, we'll see if you can tell on the microphone, boy, it is really, the intensity level has really ratcheted up here. A lot more energy on the field as it's now gotten very, very late. San Diego Show down to their final 5 outs now in this ball game. Chad Abel retired, the first man in the inning. That'll get us to Kevin Shim, I believe. Yes, indeed. Shim at third base for the show today with a pop-up to his counterpart at third base in his lone plate appearance. That ended the second inning. 3-4-1 for Florida, 2-4-1 for California. Fastball away. Larry Nelson delivered a solo home run for San Diego with one man gone in the first to get him on the board. Take the early 1-0 lead. Drilled to left and deep. Back, and gone! Tied at 3 in the winner's bracket championship game.
Really got into that ball. Wow.
A solo home run by Shim. You see the celebration at the plate, and we are tied at 3. A solo homer by Nelson, an RBI double in the fourth by Slazener. And now this solo home run by Kevin Shim.
Kevin got into that ball, didn't he? He's a strong kid. He's got good lower half. Really got through it.
Swing and a miss on first pitch to now a pinch hitter. Griff Zamora has been lifted and replaced with Kendall Pyatt. Kendall has had some big-time moments in this championship. Kendall's first at-bat, obviously, of this ball game. And he takes one that sweeps outside for ball one.
The best center fielder they got in the program is Jock Peterson in the organization. They'll bring him up pretty soon. As soon as they do,
Pyatt got the win in pool play against the Ohio Bombers, one of the hard-hitting clubs in this tournament.
But they've got so much money tied into those outfielders.
2-2 now. He's battled back to even in the at-bat. Pyatt went 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and walked 2 en route to that win against Ohio.
Camoosh dialed that up a little bit there, too. You know, I think he's a little fired up that he got a home run hit off him.
Swing and a miss.
Came right back, didn't he?
And Pyatt goes down.
This is a good game. And again, the winner moves on, but the loser plays a tough Signature Park team combat.
And that's the thing about these brackets and these championships that are so deep. You can go undefeated till you get to this point, and if you lose a ball game right here and you just barely lose it, okay, you fall down to the loser's bracket. You could go from undefeated and being dominant and being perhaps the best team in the championship to being knocked out in 2.
That's right. Now we got Max Power.
Yep. Power's first.
If ever there was a good name for baseball, Max Power is not a bad name.
Lefty deals to the right-handed Power, who takes a strike to start. Got a piece, but couldn't send it forward, and it's 0-2. It was 1-0 in the bottom half of the first. San Diego had the lead. And then promptly and immediately in the top half of the second inning, Florida reclaimed the lead. Couple of hits, 2 doubles, a big-time fielder's choice that was also an error, and a 2 RBI double by McWhorter. 3 runs in that second inning for Florida, and they took the lead. And they had held that lead from the second through the third, to the bottom of the second, then through the third, through the fourth, and now into this 5th inning. San Diego, a solo, or rather an RBI double in the 4th to draw back to 3-2, and now here in this inning, with 1 man gone, Kevin Shim, a solo home run to tie us at 3. Ground out, homer, strikeout in the inning.
I think Camoosh still has stuff. I mean, he hasn't really lost a lot of velocity. Ball's still moving. He got the ball. You know, he does have some run. He started that ball on the inside and set it over the middle, and Kevin punished that ball.
Yep.
No doubt about that.
Good battle here by Power, by the way. Max.
Absolutely. Yeah,
really fighting here. And that's tough, coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Facing a guy like Carmouche.
He's coming out swinging, too, which you've got to love that. 9 out of 10 times, Chris, if you do not swing, you will not get a hit.
Popped him up. Deep second. No. When playing tricks with it, and it stays away from Ty Anderson at first base.
He had a little bit of wind, a little bit of sun.
Yes, indeed. Ty Singleton, I should say, pardon me.
You know, he had to think about the runner, too, who had to avoid him there as well.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have an interference situation. So he had three little obstacles working there, and still a ball could have been caught. There's no question.
We'll see how big that ends up being.
That reminds me of the old Sun thing, going back to the natural. Bump Bailey.
Carmouche. A fastball low, and it's 3-2.
Maybe I think my favorite baseball movie. Probably
The Natural?
Natural or Field of Dreams. It all depends.
Absolutely.
My 2 favorite by far. And I'd have to say Field of Dreams.
3-2. Popped him up.
Same place. No foul.
Well, I don't want to ruin it for anybody out there, but the book and the movie don't end the same. The Natural.
I have not read the book.
You don't want to get me started on that. Bruno, trust me. I read the book and did a book report on it in 7th grade. I just said you don't want to get me started, and then I start telling the story. You love how I do that.
That's right.
Now that's a real broadcaster for you.
That's right. You just can't
don't even ask me to tell you the story. Here's what happened.
You just can't help yourself.
Carmouche, the 3-2, and he walked him.
I'll tell you the best sports book I ever read was not about baseball. Friday Night Lights, Buzz Bissinger.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Classic. Love the movie, and I'll tell you what, the TV show is fantastic. And I'm just really kind of sad that it's not on TV anymore. Of course, those guys, they're going to have to graduate after a couple of years, right?
Oh, right.
And
doesn't
that happen?
Yeah.
But
Angelo Peraza now.
Now, he's got a pretty good league because he will get picked.
Runner back.
And again, the umpire made a very good call on the balk because he did go past that 45. He walked it off. His toes were pointed towards first, but his heel came straight down the line.
Shot to
Foul.
right.
That's foul.
It's going to be in foul territory. Will he have a play? No, sir. Peraza so far, a fly out and a strikeout to his credit. The fly out led off the ball game, obviously, and the strikeout ended the third.
Yeah, and he last time he was up, or last time he was out on the field, made a great throw to second base to nail the runner. This is a situation, if you want to get the guy over, you might run a delay steal.
In the dirt with a fastball.
A delay steal is not the easiest thing off of a left-handed pitcher, but with a guy with a great move and you really want to get the guy over, the delay steal is the right call in this situation. Kind of jab back with your left saying, hey, I'm not going, and then go.
Dillon delivers an off-speed pitch right over the outside corner, 1-2.
Top of the strike zone there too, wasn't it?
Indeed.
But that being said, that's been a strike all day. It's been very consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
And that's all you want.
That's right. The strike zone has been defined.
1-2. Shot into center field.
Right at him.
Coming on and making the catch at belt high to end the inning. But the solo home run for Kevin Shim, the third baseman for San Diego Show, ties us at 3. And to the final frame and dramatics we go on TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
A strike to start the top half of the final frame. Thanks again for joining us here on TravelBallSelect.com, everybody, for the 12U 2014 Travel Ball National Championship.
A nice lower half. Left-handed. He's going to be able to drive the ball.
Line
Inside
to third
out,
and caught.
Rocket shot to the third baseman.
And Chase Bragg now falls to 0-3, 0-4-3, pardon me, the ball game.
Kevin's got real good hands over there at third base, and he's had a nice day, obviously. Hit that big home run.
That'll get us to Darian McDowell now.
I wonder if no, I was going to say Darian. I was thinking of Hootie and the Blowfish. That's Darian Rucker, though.
Darius.
Darius. You're right. That is Darius. Same thing. Darius. I kind of liked him as Hootie. I don't know. I like the country version, but Hootie was my group way back.
Campos still out there, by the way. Both Campos and Carmouche trying to go the distance here, Bruno.
And they've done a nice job. 3 runs to each team. That's a good job. This is 2 explosive clubs. Good pitch.
Ground ball.
Don't
Deep
hit it
short.
to him. Don't hit it to him.
Got him.
He's money. Just put it in the bank if you hit it to that shortstop. Griffin Zamora.
And now Ty Singleton. Well, how many times do you see it? Power hitter comes to the plate, top half of the final frame with 2 men out in a tie ball game. If you're Campos here, brother, you better be careful.
We could say big Ty Singleton.
Yeah.
This is big Ty Singleton. Yeah.
Ty 1 for 2. And a strike. Fly out and a single to his credit. He singled as the second man up in the second inning and eventually came around to score, or courtesy runner came around to score. And he flew out to start the fourth. 0-2.
Get a little backdoor breaking ball right there, Chris. And he's ready to go. I love that our pitchers are both working quick. Nice job. Try to expand that zone, a la Mr. Glavin, who's going into the Hall of Fame as we speak.
Oh, don't
what
remind me.
What a great day today. It really is.
You know, every guy has a tie to the state of Georgia.
Even
every
LaRussa,
one of those guys.
Even LaRussa.
Played for like a year, I think.
Okay.
In the Braves
All right.
system. Yep. Even LaRussa.
Came up with the A's as a player.
Yep.
He's originally from Tampa.
Right.
His good buddy was Lou Piniella, I believe, right?
I think they're buddies, yeah.
You know, those Florida guys.
Every guy being inducted has some sort of tie to the state of Georgia.
Who's the third manager? It's not Lee.
Torrey.
Joe. Oh my gosh, Joe Torre, of course. Joe Torre, a great Atlanta Brave, a Milwaukee Brave.
He had a great career. That guy really actually had a very underrated career.
There's two guys.
Joe Torre did.
There's two guys that come to mind that were great players as well as great managers combined. And I'm biased on one of them because he's a friend of mine and is someplace for me. And that would be Dusty Baker, who has a great Atlanta Brave history also. But you look at it and again, Dusty's playing career was a little more illustrious than Joe's. But Joe's managerial career was more illustrious than Dusty's. Even though Dusty's top 15 or so all time, Joe's won how many World Series? A plethora. 4 or 5?
5, I believe, yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But if you combine their playing and managerial careers, they might be the two most successful. Right? I can't name more than those guys.
In the dirt. Singleton walked, by the way. Ty Singleton now the potential go-ahead run down at first. There are 2 outs, so Campos still on the mound. Needs to just
Peraza made a nice stop. I don't know if he knew that he was doing that. He made a heck of a stop right there, though. He kind of turned his head a little bit, but it stayed in front of it.
It's fitting here that with 2 out in the top half of the final frame, it's been Campos versus Carmouche all day. The 2 guys on the mound. And right now, Carmouche is at the plate against Campos. And the 1-0. Back into the screen.
Chris, do you think he was trying to go big fly on that pitch?
I think it came out of his right shoe. So
yes. We have to stay PG here, but he came out of his shoes right there and tried to turn the ball a different color. Tried to make it flat on one side.
1-1. Off the outside corner, now 2-1.
Just went around the plate there. Tried that breaking ball again that he was pretty successful the last time.
Dillon's reached twice, a single in the second, and a walk in the fourth. And the 2-1 from Campos. A strike on the outside corner with a fastball. Count even now at 2.
And again, we're going to talk about that delay. It would be a good time to run the delay. They're not going to expect the big fella to do it. Left-handed blocks him off a little bit. Short and second are fairly far off the bag, and they're not really getting to the bag after the pitch as much as you would hope.
On the ground. Deep second and into the gap in right center field. Ty will stop at second.
Ty is happy to take second. And Ty reminds me a little bit of me in the respect that we could turn triples into doubles. And if they had a pinch runner, it wouldn't surprise me if they ran him, but I don't know. Right. Do they have a pinch runner available? Because I might run for Ty here.
Yeah, I would. If available, I would think you'd have to. Zane Falk coming to the plate, by the way. Zane's been very good so far in the ballgame.
He's had a great day.
Sure has. Hitting to a fielder's choice that led to an error and really kind of opened up that second inning where they put 3 runs on the board and took their initial lead of the ball game. The only 3 runs of their ball game so far, quite obviously.
Right.
And then he doubled in the 4th inning. And boy, Carmouche really had to do some magic to get out of that inning. He had runners at second and third with just one man out after a walk to Carmouche and then the double to Falk. Second and third, just one man out, then a strikeout and a ground out got Dillon out of the inning.
Yeah, the strikeout was big. He needed the punch out then,
Campos,
and he got it.
got Campos out of the
inning. That's correct. That's
Thank
correct. Good fastball in the outside half. I like that. He went right after that. He saw a fastball and he got it and took a crack. It looked like he was even looking outside half.
Sure.
That was impressive.
Yeah, Falk has been a very impressive little hitter.
Yeah.
He really has.
He's got an idea. He's got a good approach. He's got a good idea of what he wants to get it done. So this will be interesting.
They don't think he'll pull Campos, do they? A lot of room in left center. Hits
right
it into right center.
Right to it.
Right to the center fielder.
Well played.
Boy, we both saw it. They had him played perfectly in center field defensively. So the show of San Diego will come to the plate in the bottom half of the final inning. Just one run away from advancing to the national championship game on TravelBallSelect.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Larry Nelson, Matt Slazener, and Justin Cervantes in the home half of the final frame. And we begin with a fastball from Dillon Carmouche. Larry, a solo home run in the first and a double to lead off the fourth. If he does either of those two in this at-bat, this place is going to be up for grabs. Really good vocal, loud, sizable fan bases on both sides. The pitch off the outside corner, 2-1. This is the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. It's the 12U classification.
Big guys come up in big situations. Let's see what happens here.
Ground ball. Deep short. Takes a funny hop over the shortstop's glove and into left field for a base hit. Nelson thought about it, took a wide turn, but he'll stop at first with a leadoff single.
He hit that ball hard. He smoked it. Again, big guy, big situation. We've seen this all tournament. We've seen it all day today. 3-hitter here. It's a running situation, but you've got a great guy who's going to negate that on the mound.
And now Slazener. Matt, ground out in the first. RBI double in the fourth. That RBI double drew them back to within 3-2.
He will pick. He's going to pick here. It's a matter of time.
Runner's going, and it's in the dirt. That'll allow Nelson to get to second easily. Well now, the potential winning run now down at second. Again, for those of you just tuning in, thanks for joining us for the 2014 Travel Ball National Championships, powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. Alongside Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Second of 4 games here today at the historic East Cobb Baseball Complex. And Slazener takes outside.
With a 2-0 count here, I'm going to put him on base.
Yep.
I'm going to walk him.
Yep.
He's a dangerous hitter. Now, Cervantes is great, too.
You just want the force option. Popped him up, and it'll go out of play.
It's a little bit of a pick your poison. Both those kids, 3-4, can really hit. I'm setting up the force, but he's hitting 3 for a reason. So I'm setting up the force. Now, Cervantes, you can get him out off speed in a way. You get in his wheelhouse, and he's going to hit one 300 feet.
Remember, this is an absolutely crucial ball game. The winner moves on to the national championship game. The loser falls into the loser's bracket, and will have to burn some more pitchers. There are regulations on how many pitches these young men can throw, or how many innings they can throw anyway.
Well, not only do they go to the championship game, they take 2.5 hours off. They get to recharge their batteries and one less game of pitchers to use.
2-1. In the dirt, throw down to third, and he's got it again. Nobody out, and the winning run now down at third base.
Everybody's got to come up now. Everybody's got to come up. If they go ball 4, they've got to walk the next guy too, set up a force.
I was going to say, would you dare go ahead and load the bases right now?
I hate doing that, and I'll tell you why. It's a lot of pressure for a young man. That stays fair. Nope.
Deep right and out of play. 3-2 count.
But they've got 3 shots at this.
Yep.
They really do, and it's a tough situation. You don't want to put pressure on a kid to walk or run in. You just don't. It's tough. This kid's already thrown 5 great innings plus. If he does walk, I'm going to do it, though. If he does walk, I'm going to put the next guy on, because Cervantes on one swing could end this thing. Darned if you do, darned if you don't.
Right.
It's tough. There's no great answer here.
You can hear the crowd beside us.
Ooh, that was almost a balk. That was kind of ugly. I would not have done that.
I'm not sure why it wasn't.
Well, he stepped off. He did step off, and I don't know if the umpire even put the ball into play yet. I really don't. But he did step off. Put him on. He's going to put him on. Yep. Oh, don't act like that, kid. Get down to first base. Be happy. And they're going to walk this guy, too.
Yep.
They're going to walk this guy,
Indeed
too.
They will, and they should. I hate it as much as you do. I really do, but you got to do it now that you're in this situation. So the walk, or rather the single by Nelson, he steals consecutive bases. An intentional walk to Slazener, an intentional walk to Cervantes. And with nobody out, the bases are loaded for Grant Anderson.
I would almost even put in another infielder if they're going to do this. The outfielders are too deep. They've got to come up.
Foul ball back into the screen. Well, I would be afraid if I was the manager, if I was the head man for the Florida team, that I agree with you is what I'm getting at.
Right.
I don't think that you've got enough arm, even in your talented outfielders, to gun
got
down that man at third.
The
Nelson's got too much speed.
Way too deep. Left fielder's way too deep. Right fielder's way too deep. They got to move up 30 feet.
In the dirt.
And that's game.
Winning run to the plate. Game. California on to the national championship game.
And as coach says, as Larry goes, they go. So there it was today. Difference was Larry today.
From 3-1 down, going into the bottom half of the 4th inning, an RBI double by Slazener, a solo home run by Shim, and then here in the final frame, they do that in the 4th and then the 5th, and now here in the final frame, they add another run to their tally and win the ball game 4-3 on a single, 2 stolen bases, 2 intentional walks, and a wild pitch. Grant Anderson at the plate, watches one go right, screaming past his foot. And coming to the plate, Nelson scores, and Southern California, the show from San Diego, advance on to the national championship game, where they will await the winner of the loser's bracket ball game between Florida and now, of course, this very same, or Georgia and the Florida team. All right, with that, we'll wrap things up, and when we see you next, it'll be that loser's bracket ball game. For Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us. 4-3 your final. The show of San Diego win and advance onto the championship game right here on TravelBallSelect.com.